Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, then just welcome. How are you guys doing? Are you doing well? I hope so. Today, I wanted to go through some of my most recent orders, and one of them being the Sterling ink order that I ordered on launch day, and I wanted to share with you guys what I purchased. So, I've actually had this order a couple weeks now, and I just am now getting to it, so I apologize. And I will also specify in this video if there's anything that has crinkle on it, I'm going to go ahead and take that off for the duration of the video. It may be time lapse or it may be cut out entirely, so don't be shocked. All right, so I'm going to put these items off to the side. And we're going to go ahead and go over this part right here. So something typical with Sterling ink is that she always includes like a little black envelope. And a lot of the time they will have freebies in it. So it looks like a little freebie sticker sheet right here, which is really cute. And I am a big fan of some of her little scenes that she makes with her artwork. They're really pretty. They're kind of simple, but they're really pretty watercolors. And I love them. So this one is really cute too. I don't know if you guys can see that. But it looks like it has like a desktop view. And I like to keep these. I have like a stack of these somewhere. All right, so actually, I'm just going to put this back in here. And we will put it for use for another day. Another freebie seems to be this really pretty postcard, and it does have some information on the back. I'm guessing like some things that you can use as extra content. 30-day planning challenge, commit to constant planning with a 30-day challenge, check off each day as you go, monthly journal prompts, a vision board guide, how-to guide, and it does have a QR code here that you guys can scan. So I'm sure that you can access that information. This is also really pretty too. I like this. Okay, so I do have two quote-unquote pencil boards. I know that they said that they're not pencil boards, but I'm going to call them pencil boards because honestly, that's just the easiest explanation. Or writing boards, maybe? Same damn, it's really the same damn thing. Okay. But these typically will have a yearly overview on the back. So this one is for 2026. I did receive this one in my order because I did order the A5 Slim size. This was not one that I ordered. I did order this one separately because it is I believe it's January 2024 print that I absolutely loved. It's one of my favorites that she came out with, and I ordered it because I wanted to have that one for next year. This one looks to be the freebie, which is also really cute. I'm not really sure if it's my vibe, so not sure what I'm going to do with it, but I've seen people kind of tack these onto their walls or just include it in other things, and maybe I'll do that. But I'm going to keep this one for sure. And as I've mentioned, it is an A5 Slim full year common planner with the gilded edges, and she's thick and chunky, which I appreciate. But one of the reasons that I got this particular size was to possibly house it in my Louise Carmen road book. In one of my previous videos, I know that I mentioned that you could use the TN standard size, but I wanted to see how full it would be with an A5 Slim size. And when I heard that Catherine was going to be offering one this year, I wanted to try it out. So I opted for the horizontal full year. And it is big. Like, there's a lot of room for activities in here, y'all. So if you've seen the common planner before, you've seen them all, I guess. It is a pretty minimal layout. It's very basic. One of the really cool features of the common planner is that it's very minimal. It is very simple. There's not a lot of fluff to it, which is really cool as far as like wanting to decorate it and make it completely customizable to what you want to add to it. It's very neutral colors, no crazy shading, anything like that, which is one of the things, again, that I appreciated. So if you've seen them before, it's pretty much the same layout. You get a yearly overview here in the front, blank pages here, which I've used for a vision board in the past, a goal breakdown. You have a yearly tracker page here, which is common with like other planners like Hobonichi Weeks, things like that. You have your quarterly set up where you have what appears to be another perpetual monthly calendar here. So you could use these for habits as well as goal planning here for each individual quarter. And it goes through each quarter through 1 through 4. All right, and then you start your monthlies. Monthly will start in December, although your weeklies will not. And this is all pretty standard stuff. I mean, I'm very familiar with this layout, very familiar with how Catherine has set this up. So there's nothing really new here. It's one of those situations where it's like, if it's not broke, don't fix it. The only thing that is new to me is really the size. So this is a horizontal layout and it is big. So I'm just trying to determine if I want to use this for going back to university or if I want to use this for an everyday carry. I'm not sure. And if it's something that I end up not using at all, then of course I'm going to go ahead and include it in a giveaway. So we'll see how that goes. You do have your weeklies here, and then it goes into your quote unquote dailies or note pages, however you want to set them up. And I got to find that because I have not flipped through this book a lot. So the gilded edges are sticking just a little bit until it gets a little trained. But you have 360, is it 67? 67 pages. And that's plenty of pages to use, one page for each day of the year, or however you want to set it up. I personally have used it for bullet journaling here in the back, and it seems to work out pretty fine. All right, so I still have this common planner in the full year. I also opted to get an A5 Slim monthly, which I think I may use solely for work. So even if I don't use this as an everyday carry, I'm still probably going to use this for work because it's very small, very compact, very simple. I don't have to write a ton of tasks for my work, but I do need to keep work information separate, mainly because if somebody ever comes into my job and asks to see some documentation about my work or task, I would have to show it. And I would prefer not to show them my everyday planner. So if I keep it separate into something like this, I can easily just separate the two and show whoever's asking for it, okay? So that's something. I may just go ahead and do that. And this does have a few note pages in it, which is nice and it's helpful. So if I want to keep like maybe login information, or maybe not that, but maybe just some work specific notes back here, I can do that. So there's, I think there's like 20, maybe? It looks like there's 17. So there's 17 pages as well as monthlies. Plenty of room to write like some tasks and things like that. No big deal. Oh, I forgot that the monthly does include these pages here at the front. So maybe if there's something that I need to track every day for work, I can go ahead and list them here and then just go from there and make sure that I check it off every day, as well as any quarterly things that I need to do. I'm not sure what I would use this for, but I'm sure I could find something. But okay, yeah. So I did order a clear cover for it as well. I have not opened it because I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it. If I do keep it, then obviously I'm going to go ahead and put... But if I do end up keeping the full year common planner, I will obviously put the cover on it. If not, it would be something I also include in the giveaway. So I haven't opened that yet. All right, so this is going to go back in the pile. The next few items that I ordered were pertaining to rings. And the only sizes that Catherine offered this year for rings was the personal ring setup as well as the A5 ring setup. And as I've mentioned, I'm not sure if I'm going to use those or how I'm going to use those, but I did want to try them out because it did include some new type of paper. It's like the Cosmo Air white paper. So I wanted to try that out. I am going to take this out of the packaging. And the only reason I'm not going to take the monthly or the daily, well, I'll take some of the dailies out. So give me a moment. So I'm going to use this part to time lapse and I'll be right back. So I've taken all of these out of the packaging, at least what I'm going to show you guys. As personal rings go, it's a top contender because even if I use it just for collections, there's so many more options for personal rings than any other size in my opinion. And I'll show you guys what I mean by that in another video. But for this one, we're just going to go over the Sterling Ink order. And the weekly was something new that she was introducing. So it says weekly planner. And you can use this as a divider or just a dashboard, which I thought was actually really cool. It's pretty thick as far as cardstock goes. It has a really nice texture. You can do whatever you want with it. I'm sure you can decorate it, put stickers on it, draw on it, whatever. But I thought that was cool of her to include. All right, so the Cosmo Air Light paper is thicker paper. So I'm not sure what GSM it is, but I'll include it here on the screen if you guys are interested. Cosmo Air white paper, and it came in this flex layout. So what she did here was that she had a hourly section here, timed hourly here on the sides, So you just have it on these sides, and due to space, she didn't include them here in the middle, which is fine with me. You could easily draw over it with a thick line if you want to do that. But this was similar to like a grid memo type of layout. It was kind of something that drew me to it. And you do have the option to have a section over here just for little weekly tasks, or if you wanted to, you could divide the page up into horizontal, and then you could still have daily tasks here at the top while leaving this page open or this page open. So it really is flex, like it's a flexible layout. So it is dated. I'm really leaning towards this, but we'll see. All right, so that's kind of like a quick little overview of that. Now I'm just going to put this together and set this off to the side. Okay, so the next thing that I wanted to go over was the Personal Rings dailies. Catherine mentioned in her overview video of the 2026 lineup that dailies were not going to be year specific. So that was something that drew me to them, because if I don't use all of my dailies, I could use them in another year. On this dashboard here, you can list what year you're using them in if you'd like. So that's cool. It looks like you get a monthly overview page here in the front. In this particular month for January, it goes through 31. January typically does. And I'm curious what she did with, let's see, what she did with February. All right, so let's go to February. Okay, so here's the end of January. You got January 31st. It looks like you get an additional page here for January, a blank page on the back side of it before you go into February. Okay, so she did a 29 rather than a 28. So just because it can accommodate leap years since it is not year specific. So that's kind of cool. All right. On these pages, you have an hourly section over here, timed hourly. You have the date, and then you can pick which day of the week it falls on. All right. Functional, right? We love a functional planner. Not going to go over the monthly. I'm sorry. It is similar to a regular bound notebook. Actually, you know what? I'll go through it really quick. All right. So you have the monthly dashboard included. You have a yearly overview. You have blank pages here for possibly a vision board. You do have a perpetual monthly calendar here, and it does have the numbers from 1 through 31. And I'm sure you can just mark out, like say for example, for February, you can just black out the remaining days of the month that you don't need. Same as any other month that ends with 30 days. I don't recall what this is up here. But if you have any questions and I don't cover everything, she goes in great detail of all of her inserts on her page. So if you would like to check that out. You do have your quarterlies here. So you have your what you could use as a tracker. And to save space, she only put them here on the side, 1 through 31. And that's the same for all 4 quarters. Then you get into your monthlies. I do like her monthlies, like I said before, because they're so minimal. So I really like these. You can really do with this what you will. All right. And I'm sure you get the idea. You go all the way. Let's see. It does go all the way to January of next year. So you can use that for future planning, as well as a couple of extra pages. Maybe you want to do like a yearly overview or something. I'm not sure. Okay. But that is it for the personal rings. The only thing that I'm going to go over as far as the A5 size goes is going to be the weekly. The monthly is going to be set up almost exactly like the personal rings. Has the same setup. The dailies are going to be set up exactly like the personal rings. It is not going to be year specific, so you can use this at any point during the year. If I wanted to, I could probably go ahead and start using the dailies now. All right, so I'm going to open these up really quick just to show you guys what that looks like. So here are your weeklies, again with the thick cardstock dashboard. And the A5, I think, is a little different. All right, so it is a little different from the personal because the space allows it to accommodate a bit more. You do have your timed hourly here. On the personal, it looks like it was only on the sides, whereas here you can go ahead and include them at each individual day. In the flex layout, you have additional days over here on the side for that week so that you can add any additional tasks that you want over here. Or like I said, you can divide the page up here at the top and just use this horizontally. These are meant to be pretty minimal, so if you want to just completely ignore them, which I have in the past when I've used the vertical layouts, it's not that hard. It's not that distracting, but you can absolutely just use this as a horizontal layout if you want. Just divide the page up here. Use this up here at the top for maybe like tasks, events, or something like that. Okay, so the thing that gets me about this is the Cosmo Air White paper. It is very nice. It does have a little bit of tooth to it. It's not super slick, but it's very nice paper. And I wanted to do a quick pen test, and I'm debating. I'm not going to do a pen test today. What I might do is that if I do end up keeping one of these sizes, I'll do a pen test then. Or if somebody decides that they're going to go ahead and use this layout and you watch this video, do a pen test for us, okay? All right, so I think that's going to be it. This is it for my order from Sterling Ink. It's a lot. I'm sorry that this video went so long, but I just wanted to show you guys what I got. If you have any additional questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section down below. And I will be back with another video. I do have a couple more orders waiting out there in the ether because they're pre-orders. And just check back with me, okay? All right, guys, so I think that's going to be it. Later.